So we open with drunk Sonia asking Leah, why would Ramona bring this girl into our group? So the girls leave and they're like, you go and deal with her. We gotta finish. She's not gelling with the group. Brashawn says, I feel like you guys baby her. And they do. That's why she's still bringing up that damn yacht. Ebony said, look, I gave her all the black extra credit points I could. Her All Lives Matter butt is on her own. Brashawn said, look, y'all just needed a fresh set of eyes and I had to call it like I saw it. She was not barefoot in that library, my goodness. That's very white identified. So apparently, after everybody went to bed, Brashawn came to Leah's room to get a melatoto. And Sonia was still there drunk and she's like, I can't even talk to her. So Sonia's like, look, I'm a real person and you don't even know me to talk to me like that. So then Sonia puts her hand in Brashawn's face. Brashawn follows suit. Child production had to haul Sonia off. And Sonia broke the fire extinguisher glass. I guess it was in case of emergency. So then they fill Ramomo in. And it's not a physical altercation. They had some fingers and faces. Sonia was drunk and belligerent and hit the fire extinguisher glass with her bag. It's not that big of a deal. Luann said, look, you need to fix it or she's out of here. So Leah's ready to have an intervention because this is getting irresponsible and predatory. So Ramomo goes to Brashawn's room. Ramona says, now look, Hef, I told you to stop pushing that drunk's buttons, but you didn't listen. She said, look, I'm black. You get up in my face, I'm getting up in yours. So Brashawn says, well, I thought these heifers were an extension of you and much more interesting. But they're all their own people. So Leah fills Ebony in on what happened while Ramomo drops by Sonia's room and ooh, she looks like crap. So Sonia's blaming her outburst on the cheap wine. So we all get in the van to go shopping the next day and it's a 40-minute trip there. Awky boo. So they agree it's too early to talk, so we just gonna have a quiet ride. So after the ladies went shopping, they go to lunch. And Brashawn finally apologizes. She said, I was familiar with people I wasn't familiar with. And Brashawn said, I'm really sorry to you, Sonia, because we did have a connection on the bus. And Sonia said, and now you've betrayed my trusts. So while Sonia's pouring out her hurt, Ramona says, should we get some Kleenex? And Sonia says, shut the fuck up, Ramona. Did I speak when you're talking? Sonia done had it with Ramomo. They about to go the way of Jackie and Simone, but they didn't bone. It's still Jackie and Simone, moan. Sonia said, look, being called a clown, that's fine, I'm funny, but the way you mimicked me, I think you just didn't like what you looked like, but we'll get to that in a minute. That's your interview. So now Sonia and Brashawn are back good again after that apology. Sonia really do like her. But the food comes out and everybody's attention turns to the sushi. Now it's time to head to the seance. So we all get ready to go. Leah's the first one down and she can't believe it. Leah said, now this coffee is killing my stomach. Brashawn said, everything kill your stomach, baby. She right. For you to be as healthy and natural, your stomach is always in knots. And you should know about drinking coffee that late. Like you make sure you've got a good 45 minutes after you drink to let those bowels loose. Child, coffee, the best laxative out there. It gets you moving. So we nervous about this seance. And not that I don't believe in seances, but I don't think the ghosts are going to answer the phone on camera, much like Ashley's pappy, much like Kenya's mammy. I think they're going to peep out through their ghostly window or portal, whatever they look through, down from the clouds. And they're going to be like, not in front of them cameras. I don't show my cervix for a quarter. That's what I think. Joan Rivers would say, what? You think I'm going down there with a poker player? A poker player, that's who's leading your seance. It's a poker player. That's what I see. Luann says, okay, what we going to do about Sonia? She's already ordered her first drink of the night and it's a martini. We've got about one drink left before complete incoherency. I don't think this is the best time to talk to her, Ramona. You need to do it when she's sober, maybe when we're at a yoga retreat, And, we're cleaning the air. We've got somebody leading the conversation. Make it a healing moment where she's not going to feel attacked. You don't tell nobody they can't drink when they just got to a bar, especially old drunk like Sonia. So they like, all right, we got to get to this heifer now. Luann said, look, I just want to kind of stand here silently to be, supportive because I got arrested 2 years ago. So we know I know. Luann said maybe we should try tomorrow, and I agree. This is a morning conversation. But Leah said, oh no, we can't wait. So Ramona goes over to get the drink from her and says, ooh, Leah wants to show you something over by the fireplace. Sonia says, don't do the distraction bait and switch. What is it? She knows what's coming. She can smell it in the air. There's already a level of belligerence. And she realizes she took my drink. So they finally get Sonia over to the table, and Leah says, this isn't coming from a place of judgment. We're worried, and we think the drinking is going to hurt you. So she says, okay, I may overindulge in a large group with the girls, but at home I don't have alcohol. Ramona said, I think you're in denial. Well, I don't drink alone. Sonia says, I basically only get drunk with you. Well, you would drive somebody to drink. You get drunk and you get angry. I mean, at least be a happy drunk. Sonia said, I'm good. I'm good. And that's that on that. This was not the right time. Not when she's getting ready to get her drink. That's not the right time. She says, Leah's not being judgmental, but Ramona and Luann, I'm getting judgment from you. It's because they're both drunks. But now it's time to head to the seance since the intervention was a dud. Right as they start in the seance, there's a big crash in the other room. A light fell off the ceiling. I'd leave. I'm too black for that. So Brashan's grandfather says she's a goat and she needs to come out of her shell. No, I'm with Sonia. She needs to put that joker on. He then asked Luann, you got an uncle figure? And she said, all I had was aunties. He said, I'm going to give you the message anyway because this is the script. Meanwhile, with Lee, the other medium says, I got a woman here, but she don't really believe in what we doing, but she's still trying to, put her call through, so we got a little... Ooh, she said she was converting to Judaism. Spot on. Ooh. Then she says to Ebony, your grandmother's right behind you. She just crossed over. Okay, no, either this is production or this heifer accurate. Now we get to Sonia, and it's her pappy, and there's some unfinished business. Oh, Sonia's pappy had a drinking problem, but now he's apologizing from beyond. And now we know why she drunk in the present. Child, this medium said, honey, a healer's great, but you need therapy, boo. Oh, Ramona's brother is there. This woman is on it. I'm glad they got rid of that hack. Oh, Ramona, I know what you're going through. Ain't nothing harder than loving a lost soul. You don't want to become an enabler, so you almost have to walk out. That's one of the hardest pains in life to deal with. Okay, but to lighten the moment, we realized Leah didn't have her dress on backwards since nobody had any more questions for the very accurate medium. Well, that was the shot.